Earica's book release party in Jacksonville, Florida. Her brand new book, Broken Pieces Created My Purpose. And we got some family in the house. Please introduce yourself.
I'm Lorraine Jenkins, Earica's godmama.
My name is James Jenkins, the godfather.
So I have been privy to these beautiful people since my childhood when I used to hang around Earica back in high school. How proud of you are of this moment that Earica is, amongst all the things that she is, she's now an author.
So proud of her.
As someone who has been a part of the rearing of not just a godly woman, but a great mother, a friend, a boss, what advice would you give to any family members out there watching? If you notice the talents in the child growing up, what advice would you give them as far as fostering that child and giving them an environment to grow?
Well, for one thing, to really pay attention to your child and see what gifts that God's given them, and then to encourage them and pursue their whatever dream that they have.
Now, who do we have here today?
I'm Jackie Johnson.
All right, Jackie, so you have to tell us, how do you know Earica?
Oh, wow. I have known Earica since she was 19. She started her first banking job with me at a bank. I would just say a bank. Yes.
So was she a good employee?
She was, but you know, if you know Earica, she's Earica. She's never changed. So she was that at 19, and she's the same now.
So she came in a boss.
A boss.
So I met Earica as a freshman at Florida A&M University. We were dorm sisters.
What would you tell someone who has not purchased the book yet, but give them one reason to buy it? For themselves or someone else?
I think Earica's story is a long time coming, and when she titled the book Broken Pieces, it's a culmination of her life coming together in its fullness. And so we all have pieces that we can put together in a puzzle fashion, and I think that she exemplifies that in her story.
What was one huge takeaway from the book?
Well, that the part about that you can heal after all the broken pieces, and most people don't think that they can, and so that's what really blessed me and encouraged me out of the book.
I've been reading the book, emotions, crying, laughing, having my different moments as we travel down memory lane, and to read the book in the part that I taught her about respect for not just your family but your friends. That was the first time moment of sharing something like that on that extent. So that made me feel good that I impacted her so young.
But I'm going to take full advantage of the fact that I have an auntie with me, so I know it's some juice that you can give us on Miss E, Boss E, Earica, whatever y'all like to call her. I need one fun fact about Earica that everybody may not know.
She's the family's boss.
The family, not her family, the whole family?
The whole family.
Oh, so it's not just us she boss around.
Not just you. It's everybody. She's the boss lady.
All right, we are live here at the book release party for Earica Cole, and we have none other than her namesake, Mr. Cole, Mr. Brian Cole, and their son, Bryson. First of all, thank y'all for sharing Earica with the world, really.
I mean, it's what we do. That is what he does. He shares Earica with the world. So thank you guys for this great event. Thank you for being the one that's interviewing. Thank the photo people. Thank you everyone for showing up.
I learned a lot about you in this chapter because many people in, let's say, part of her business life, they're just getting to know you. I know family knew your story and understood the bond. Okay. But what was incredible for me to learn, and I'm going to try not to really ruin it for anybody who hasn't read the book, was how you were her anchor at such a critical time in her life. Mm-hmm. What did you see in Earica in those beginning stages of your relationship that let you know that was good ground?
I think the number one thing that stood out to me, and it has to be said because of Bryson. Bryson was 1 year old when I met Earica. Because some women don't want to be with a man that has a child so young. It never fazed Earica. I think a lot had to do with the fact that she wanted children and the fact that she has a lot of nieces and nephews, but the fact that she wanted children and she embraced Bryson, that right there, she says, I'm her anchor, she's my anchor. Because she turned just me and his relationship into a family. And That's the number one thing that she brought, and that's the number one thing I think I brought to her.
When you first met Earica, come on, I need the juice, okay? When you first met Eve, was it instant, the connection, or was it something that you had to build?
It wasn't really difficult. I was young, so it was easy to like mold myself. It was easier to see her because she was always there. She was like, came right in, just ready to be there for me. So it was really easy to love and return the love. And she always loved me, so I, love that.
Thank you for loving Earica the way you do and embracing her, and thank you for everything that you've done. Because like I said, I joked about it in the beginning, thanks for sharing her, but that's big because you guys have your own life, and you still share her.
Thank you for returning that love to her. We really do appreciate it. I love seeing like the love that you guys have for her, so it's always...
Oh, there you have it, father and son, the Coles, honey. So, have you read Earica's book yet?
I did. I finished it in a day and a half.
Wow.
I loved it.
What is your favorite part of the book?
There's so many different parts, but I think her conquering that one episode at the dinner table where she walks off, from the dinner, how she composed herself and was able to just leave the relationship, and that was her power. It was like saying, I'm getting my power back. I love that. That sent chills through me.
What's one thing you hope on learning either about Earica or about your life process that you could take away from the book?
Well, one thing I know that I'm going to learn is how to be transparent.
Me personally, the relationships and understanding, that every relationship is not meant to go back to. Some you have to let go.
Tell the good people who you are, darling. Besides fabulous, tell them who you are.
Listen, my name is April. I am the youngest of Eara's girls. So here I am.
How does it feel to watch all of this unfold? Because I'm sure you knew that it was coming, but we're here now. We're in the moment. The world has the book. How does this feel as one of her sisters watching this dream unfold?
It feels surreal. Like, it's here. She did it, and I'm so excited for her. I couldn't be more proud of her. So that's it.
So with Earica writing this book and really sharing a lot about her life and her experiences, you get a first-hand look at Earica. And she's had a great hand in raising you along with the rest of her family. What is the most impactful thing that you take away from the love your aunt gives you?
Well, it's always to listen, because listening can get you in a place where, it can elevate you to a new level. Listening to your friends and your family, your mentors is really good because that's why she's here now, because she listened, and that's what I'm learning from her.
That is an incredible piece of advice. Y'all just heard it here from a teenager's mouth. The most important thing she learned to do was to listen because it can take you far. I love that. We love you, Ava. Enjoy yourself. This is Kathy Levine, Earica's big sister. Kathy, how do you feel about everything that's going on this evening?
I am just so excited. We've been waiting for this day, and it's here. So I am just so excited, and I think this book is just going to bless so many people. It really is.
What is one huge takeaway that you learned from your sister as a woman writing this book?
I think my big takeaway is never give up, because like with anything, the book, there are obstacles and everything, in the way, but she just pushed us, part of her team, me, to get everything done. So just her perseverance to get things done, that's what I admire so much.
Kathy is the glue in front of the scenes and the behind the scenes for Earica Cole and a lot of her business endeavors, but she's also the glue to her family as the big sister. Yes. So we appreciate all that you do. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I know Earica likes to think she's the boss, and I know she has everybody believing that she's the boss. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the real boss, Mama Eara as we know her, okay? How do you feel watching all of this unfold?
Girl, I'm so excited, and I'm so proud of Earica. I don't know, she's always been this way. You remember that. Yeah. Even from a child when you all was in school together. Yeah. She just loved to be in charge.
What is something that you hope everyone reading this book, male, female, young, or mature? What is one thing you hope they all take away from this book?
I like the part where so many people don't get counseling. And that's what I really like in the book, because I didn't know things that I had gone through. And she was telling me as she was writing the book how her sister needed counseling and we didn't get it for her. And I just cried because it hurt me so bad. But I didn't know at the time. But that's what I take away from the book. Everybody that's having some kind of problems in their home with the children and stuff, get counseling. There's nothing wrong with counseling. People used to think that counseling was bad, but that's the best thing that happened to you.
Hey, my name is Earica Brown Spates. Earica is my first cousin. Everybody knows me as Joette. I'm her big cousin, but we kind of, we're close in age, so we grew up together, and I'm just super excited for her and super excited to be here. My husband and I are here together, and I'm representing my whole Brown family, really just to honor her and just say how proud we are of her. She's just going to continue to soar. She's going to be a national, international name that's going to influence and empower people, especially women and girls, everybody looking up to her. And then also just sowing into others. She's a giver. She sows into other people. I think all the things that she's learned from her family, from my dad, my mom, my siblings, her mom, all of us, she's carrying that with her. And we're just proud of her. And I see her just at the top. Whatever she does, she's going to be at the top.
One of those prayers that I know Earica prayed that has come to pass. And we are so proud of you, Earica. Broken Pieces Created My Purpose. If you have not already gotten it, get your copy at earicacole.com.
How did you know, after all of the craziness with Joe, that you could trust Brian?
It was, just like I knew who Joe was, like the signs were there.
Right.
Like when we were together, there was no flipping the phone. Mm-hmm. There was no lock on the phone.
Right.
There was no, I can't find you, my husband is consistent.
Right. Yeah.
Every single, to this day, he's consistent,
Right.
So it was one of those things like I just knew where he was going to be. I knew, it was just me. I knew it was about me and Bryson. Like it was just consistency.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I can love again. Because at first I'm like, I ain't doing this no more. Because I'll go to jail.
Right.
Like I can't, I'm not doing this no more.
We know.
Right. Like I will, I'm like, I
remember.
a couple times. I'm like, listen, I'm about to go to jail.
Yes.
And so I was like, but then so I had this wall up and it was kind of like focused on my career.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, he comes in my life and I'm like, got me off balance. And I'm like, wait a minute, I got to focus on my career.
Right.
But it showed me that you can have it all. You can love, you can be loved, you can trust again. And so that was a change. Again, I saw it from the very beginning.
Right.
He showed me who he was.
Right. And so just in that, I mean, you're saying like, now I understand what bad looks like and I understand what good looks like. And to understand that, now you give yourself another opportunity. And sometimes people see good and they can't even get past it because they still stuck with all the stuff in the past, all the bad stuff.
Right.
And so we have to get to the point, and through this book, I pray that everyone who reads it understands it's okay that you've gone through and you've been broken, because God will put you back together again.
Yes.
Right? And so that's my prayer, is that as they read this book, they don't, because some people, oh girl, did you read that part where, Joe did such and such or this, such. Yeah, read that, but let it push you to the next few pages,
right.
The next chapter, so that you can see all of the good that has come of that.
Right.
And so in your book too, and this is why I say that, because you said the bridge was broken into multiple pieces. The bridge was broken into multiple pieces. And in that chapter, that was when you had, you said, I'm going to leave New Orleans for a couple of days, get through the storm. And this was when Hurricane Katrina came. And I'm going to come back in a couple of days and live my life in New Orleans, and it's going to be great. And of course, we know that didn't happen. And I said to myself as I was reading it, and this is why I just prefaced what I just said, I was like, golly, she getting hit again. Like, why, like, this is horrible. Like, now she done lost all her stuff, But, I mean, of course, I know the story because we're friends. But if you don't know the story, you kind of just hover over that. But my question is, how, let me say this. What do you do when you believe you have followed God because you went there, right? And the bridge breaks into multiple pieces. Does it decrease your faith? Or did it at that time? Or does it increase your faith? Like, when you went and saw, like, I can't even get to cross the bridge because it's broken. And now here I am thinking I'm starting over fresh, and now I'm broken, the bridge is broken, and God, you told me to come here.
Right. Right.
Because I can tell you, I done been look, God, didn't you tell?
I know. Did I miss God?
Did I miss it?
Right.
So,
right. I mean, it was one of those things that I knew in order to be free from that relationship, I needed to move. Like, it was a transition piece that needed to happen. And so I got offered this wonderful opportunity, and I'm just like, okay, this is all God, the perfect time and whatever. And I'm setting up, getting settled, you know, moving on with my life, you know, and just kind of transitioning. And then Katrina happens, and I'm like, wait a minute, so I can't go back home. God, you told me to move here. Now I done lost even more stuff. I've already lost my marriage. I lost this stuff. Are they gonna fire me? Like, what is this? Like, why? You literally feel like you went to the bottom at that point.
Yes.
And so in that moment, yes, I was broken, and my spirit was broken, and my faith was broken. But I had to fight it. Like, I literally had to fight and say, wait a minute, no. Something's got to give. Like, there's a reason for all of this. Like, I got to fight through it. I got to pray. I got to call on God. Like, I need people praying with me. Like, there's a reason. I know that God did not do all this shifting for me to get here. And he literally just said, hey, just go ahead and, you know, go to the, you know, bury yourself. And so I kept pushing forward. You know, I kept me in prayer and I said, okay, God, like, then my job moved me to Ocala. And I'm like, Ocala, you know, everybody,
like Tuscaloosa.
Right? Everybody there over the age of 80, you know, with horses, you know, calling me gal, you know, and I'm like, this can't be my life, you know. God, you got jokes now, like, for real, you know. But it set me up because, again, if I would have went to New Orleans and been comfortable, I might not have never left New Orleans, you know, stayed there, and been off the trajectory of what God had for me.
And you couldn't have trusted Brian.
I couldn't, I wouldn't have met Brian. My life wouldn't have changed. Like, everything that I needed, he needed to take me there to bring me back to Ocala to take me to Atlanta.
Yes.
Wow. All of that shift. So some of us will get to New Orleans, and we'll drop off. You got to keep going. Like, I literally had to go from New Orleans to Tampa to Ocala to Atlanta.
And the whole time God is speaking.
God is speaking the whole time, just moving me.
Just moving.
I got this.
Yes.
Just do what I say. I got
this. Right. Wow. Well, you know, you said in your book too that the problem was I was born with 11 toes.
Jackie.
You said, yes, I've always been an overachiever. But you know why I love it? Because you are an overachiever. And 11 toes didn't stop you, and knock knees didn't stop you, and big forehead didn't stop you, and none of that. Like, I think of all of those things, and nothing has stopped you. And so I know we talked about a little bit, but what's the true motivation that keeps Earica Cole going? What's that true motivation?
My faith. Hands down.
Hands down.
Hands down. Nobody but God.
Right.
All God. Whatever the situation is.
Yes.
Like, however he transitioned, however he moved me, whatever I lost, whatever I missed. Like, he orders my steps. And so in order to order your steps, you have to take a step.
Yes.
If you don't take a step, he can't order them.
He can't order them. He can't tell you the next
one. So I gotta move.
Yes.
I gotta move forward. I gotta move sideways. And so my faith is, okay, God, I don't know why this happened. I prayed and I fasted and I wanted this. But ultimately, my faith is I gotta trust him.
Wow. Wow. Yes. That's good. That's good. Good? Yeah. Going back, it says, I just want to encourage each one of you to be vigilant if you feel you have a family member that you feel might be depressed or may be having problems. And I'm bringing this up, you already know, it's about your sister Shay, but so much now is happening in the world. My good friend of mine just lost her son who committed suicide. He was 15 years old 2 weeks ago. And I think that we all get so busy and we don't take the time to slow down, or we think, oh, like you said, look, I don't care if you don't care. I don't care if you, whatever. And we don't take the time to pay attention when people are really crying out for help.
Right.
And so, and it says encourage us. So if she were here tonight, what would you tell her? I'm sorry. Let me skip it.
I'd say let's go get help. I wouldn't send her. I say let's go. Because sometimes you got to help people see whatever it is.
Right.
So she needed somebody to say, I'll go with you, And so I think it would be more of a forcing of, okay, we're going to go and talk to somebody. We're going to go get some counseling. We're going to go whatever, some meds, whatever we need, because there was a cry. And for so many years, again, the avoidance was there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if I would have paid more attention to say, this is something right.
Right.
Like, this is deeper than that.
Right.
And so taking the ownership of saying, okay, well, I done made us an appointment. I'm coming to get you.
Yes.
We're going to do this,
Right.
And again, sometimes we get into the whole, it ain't my business, that's their life, they grown, whatever.
Or I'll just pray for them.
I'll just pray for them,
Yes, right.
But when you see somebody, you know that there's something there, like they need help, And so I think there were cries for help throughout the years, even with the temper tantrums or blocking you and not speaking to you or whatever. Sometimes people just want you to just knock on the door, like go knock on the door and be like, come on, we finna go get some help, And so that's what I would do, and I think it would change just a lot of things, even in her, in her household, of having family support and say, now I want to help this person, or this person needs help. So I think for me, that's what it would be.
From as far back as you can remember, because I always think when you can share what you learn or give honor to someone who's helped you, who are 3 people that were very influential in your life, and why?
Outside of my mom and dad?
Outside of mom and dad. Yeah, let's do outside of mom and dad.
My Aunt Vera. She's here, my Aunt Vera McNeil. Hey, Muncie. My Uncle Joseph that passed away recently. I have a lot of aunts and uncles and stuff. Oh, Lord. You won't get me in trouble.
I didn't mean to.
I like all of it. Like mine. I have several aunts that bring so many different characteristics that I've learned from, and God, my sister Kathy and her resilience, my sister Trina, who's a fighter, like she taught me how to fight. Where's Trina at? Like it was just, it was so many people around me, that were present, like actively present. So I don't have one. My Aunt Ali here. My Aunt Ali, it was. I used to tell people, me and my Aunt Ali say, but we like to dance. That was my dancing partner. It was just people, just women and men throughout my life that just, Mrs. Stella, which is Akila, her mother just passed away recently, and she was an amazing woman. So I can't name you just 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, it's okay. Some 3 of them. Okay. It's fine.
Yes.
And I think I put that question in there because it shows that it takes a village. Right. It takes a circle of influence, a circle of people for your life to progress and to do well. Because now, we're in this time, especially when we had COVID and all these other things where, it's just about me. All I got time for is me. All I got to do is I got to worry about me and I can't worry about anybody else. But that's not why we were put here, and so to hear, and the reason why I asked you that is just because to show them that it takes a village. It takes numerous people to get anybody from where they are to where God has them and the purpose for them. We can't do it by ourselves. So my final question, I skipped through some, but in case I've missed anything you want to share, anything you want to give advice to, just throughout about the book. I mean, anything that you'd like to share.
So as I began to write the book, at first I wasn't doing a journal. I was just writing the book. But because I was having so many revelations as I was writing the book, about my sister, about my father, and my first marriage, and just even employment. I went through a financial situation. I was like, I ain't the only one that got this kind of stuff going on. Like, everybody has something. Yes. Everybody has something that they've dealt with. Yes. And I was like, how can I correlate and help other people find? Because again, the only way I got there is because I was writing the book. Like, there was things that came out of me that I didn't even know that was there. Wow. And so how can I now guide people to share their stories or to figure out where this puzzle piece came from and actually where it took them. And so doing that journal piece, I think, will be so helpful for people. And I literally, that's like the ministry part of it. Okay. Like, it was me sharing my story was one part, but then the ministry part of it is helping other people say, I get it now, God. Right. Because sometimes we are stuck in, just stuck. Like, I don't know why I'm going through this. Right. He acting a fool. She acting a fool. My sister this. Right. I'm going through this type of sickness. I'm going through this. I got cancer. I got all of this stuff going on. Right. I saw Carla Neal Pierce, a beautiful friend of mine who just, beat cancer. Like, and I remember when that happened to her, we were like, God, why? Why? But then she's such a warrior. Right. And so her resilience, being on social media and showing up, how it inspired people. Because some people will get in and be like, I'm just going to go ahead and die. Right. So, yeah, you got it and you think, God, why did I get this? But he needed you to be in that forefront. Yes. So you can show people, you can fight through this. Yes. You can live, and so I think everybody has a story.
It's not just a book, but it's a healing tool that will be used to change the lives of many women. It is because you had the willingness to stop asking, why did all these things happen in my life? And began to focus on how what happened in your life could be used for his glory. You believed you could change the lives of others. Your focus and your time and attention that you gave to listening to what the Holy Spirit told you is the reason this book will be a success.
Next week on Eara's Girls.
Tell me where it say don't shack. What you do when you shack is what the problem is.
You doing that already?
Is you spitting?
Perfect.
Wait a minute, it's a B.
Do not tell her.
Don't tell her what? What's going on?
Yeah.
I think about that because I know.
Don't tell her.